Okay, so in the last video, we talked about expanding logs, which is taking a single log that had lots of pieces in it and pulling it apart into individual items. Sometimes we're going to need to condense logs, which is where they're going to give me that long line of things, okay, kind of the result of what we were seeing in the previous video, and they're going to want us to bring that back together. Now, again, we have kind of a general order that we follow, and it's just the reverse of the one that we saw on the expansion. We're going to pull powers back up into their power position first. Then we'll do products. So if we see addition, log plus log, we're going to bring that back to multiplication. And then finally, if we see log minus log, we're going to bring that back to division. So we're going to take a look at a couple examples of this so that we can see how this is processing. So these are the examples that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to pull them up on our whiteboard so that we can see kind of how this is processing and how this is going to go through. So the first one that we have is log 25 plus log 4. Okay. So do I have any powers? No, I don't see any numbers out here in the front that need to come back up into their power position. Next thing was product. Do I see log plus log? Yes. We know that log plus log goes back to multiplication. Now, the biggest concern that I see done, okay, is this is going to turn into 25 times 4. The biggest problem that I see done, and I'm going to do this in a different color, is I all of a sudden see stuff like this, where they've gone from addition to multiplication. Guys, if you're condensing, there should be less log words as you're processing, okay? So make sure that we are following, proper notation here. So I have only one log word and it's multiplication inside. Now I can do 25 times 4. That's 100. And again, this is common log. Okay, so we could put this on a calculator or we could do a little loop-de-loop thing. This is actually going to come out to be just the number 2. So there is my answer. Now, the reason that we kind of like going through the condensing here is log of 25 is not a clean, pretty number. Neither is log of 4. So individually, these two don't get me a whole lot of room with anything that looks more presentable or nicer looking. However, when I go through this condensing process, it gets me to something that I can do a little bit more with. So another example. Okay, is going to be log of 7x plus 6 minus log x. So again, kind of processing through. Do I have powers out in front of the log words or numbers that can go back up as powers? No. Okay. Do I have addition of logs? Remember how we had it up here? The answer is no. This addition is inside of that log. So it is not that product rule that we're used to seeing. I do have subtraction. So this is going to turn into log 7x plus 6 over x. Now again, this is one that I see done incorrectly a lot more than the rest, is because they put log and log and then they put x. And then all of a sudden they want to like cross off log words or something like that. This is not the correct way to do this, okay? Again, with the condensing, log words should be less words when I come into a condensing step. Now, with this one, we could look to see if I can clean up the 7x plus 6 over x. There's not a whole lot I can do with this. So this is actually as clean and pretty as we're going to make that look. So we're going to leave that sitting just like that. Now, let's look at one more. And this one kind of has a little bit more stuff in it so that we can kind of see what's going on here. So I've got 2 natural log of x plus 1/3 natural log of x plus 5. Okay. So first thing is, do I have powers or numbers out in front? And in this case, yes, I've got this 2 and this 1/3 that can both go back up. So I'm going to take the 2 back up. So that is now x squared. And I'm going to take that 1/3 back up so that it's there. Okay. So now, do I have log plus log? The answer is yes. So I can now bring this back together. So this is going to be natural log of, and I'm going to use a set of parentheses to keep this all together, x squared, x plus 5 to the 1/3. So I'm going to keep that like that. And that would be a perfectly acceptable response, okay? You may, however, see, since we've got that 1/3, we know that that is a cube root. So you may see them write this as cube root of the x plus 5 portion. So you may see that done that way. With that 1/3 power, we know that we saw that when they asked us for the expansion, that they would give us that root with the expectation that it would go back to a fraction power. So they may hold that same expectation going in reverse.